We're joined now by Shantelle Bisson, and Shantelle has been helping us out since the beginning in September when we launched Primetime Local News, talking about parenting issues, relationship issues, and so we thought we'd take some time today just to find out a little bit about her. So welcome, Shantelle. Thank you so much for talking to us once again.
Thank you. It's always nice to be with you.
Well, and I'd like to find out a little bit about yourself, because I know every time I look at your social media, you are involved in something. You've got a dinner, or you're hosting an event, or just doing blogging, or whatever it happens to be. So tell me a little bit about yourself and your life.
Yeah, that it's interesting that you say that. I feel like I have a little bit of a busyness disease. I seem to not be able to just be doing nothing, which is unusual because Yannick very much loves to do nothing. I guess it might have something to do with his crazy schedule on Murdoch. But for me, I really enjoy being involved in my community, and I've got a lot of ambition. So there's just never seems to be enough hours in a day for me to wrap everything into the 24 hours that I want to get happening. But yeah, I think I started way back as an actress, which is how I met Yannick. So I kind of put that aside as I pursue other creative endeavors, and one of those happens to be my writing. I've written 2 nonfiction books completely, and I'm working on a fiction book that is still deep in the editing folder of my laptop here. And I do my blog. I used to do a daily blog, but I realized that what I was doing, the blog, it was an opinion blog, and I found that in order to talk about current events and have my own opinion and blog about that, I had to be really engrossed in the news of the world. And ever since the election in America a couple of years ago, I felt that that was just too heavy and upsetting. So I've dialed back, way back, and now I only blog after I do my on-air segments with you guys. So I've wound that down a little bit.
Well, and tell me a little bit about your philanthropic work. You and Yannick are just, I see you going to dinners and you're hosting and you're, working with different people in different groups. Can you tell me about some of the groups that are very special to you?
Yeah, I think for both myself and Yannick, we're super privileged, and it's not lost on us how blessed we are, A, to have our own health, and to have our own great success in fields that are, notoriously competitive and don't often pan out for people. And then we add all that our children are healthy and, knock on wood, we've not encountered any major illnesses with any of those girls. So for us, we focus our work and our money and our time on children's organizations. So we started almost a decade ago with Camp Uchagais, which is a camp where kids with cancer get to go and just be regular kids. And it has a full oncology unit on site. And even kids that are in treatment can go to camp, summer camp for a week, which is just brilliant and fantastic. And it also helps the kids realize they're not alone in their fight. They make friends and have relationships with friends that are in the same boat as they are, so they don't feel so ostracized. And by having the kids away at camp, it gives their parents and their siblings a little breathing time away from the illness. So it's really beautiful, magical place that's so integral to the healing and curing of children's cancers. And from that we segued naturally into the FIT of Childhood Cancer Canada, which is probably what you saw most recently. We hosted and co-chaired the Purple Party just last week. And that is a very important organization because of all the cancer money being raised that goes towards research. Only 5% goes towards children's cancers, and children's cancers are actually on the rise. So this organization specifically takes money and gives it to research in developing trials and whatnot for children's cancers. And then our other really big organization that we're very passionate about. And we used to have a philosophy that we would only participate in organizations in our own backyard because
Right.
it's easier to keep track of them and to make sure that they have integrity and your money's going where they're telling you it's going. You can always just walk into the office and check on them. But then we became involved with Artists for Peace and Justice, which is an organization that after the earthquake in 2010 built a school for the kids in Haiti because most of the schools had been destroyed. So our school started in 2010 with 300 kids, and now we have over 3,000 students, and we're on our 3rd graduation year. So it's really amazing to see the growth and progress happen there because it's by far the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, and it's only an hour and a half from Miami, which just seems ridiculous that these people are living in such squalor, and these children are going without education. So that was a no-brainer for us, and we're on the advisory board and on the Canadian board, so we know where the money's going. So that was an easy fit for us again. And then recently, as chance would have it, we got involved with Boost for Kids over a serendipitous lunch at Four Seasons, which speaks to me profoundly because it supports children who are victims of sexual violence and abuse, which I had suffered as a young girl. So it really, when I met those women, when we met that organization, it kind of capped off our philanthropic work beautifully.
Well, thank you, Shantelle. We're out of time for this segment, but
Sorry.
if people want more information, no, it's fantastic. And the work that you and Yannick are doing is awesome. So I'm going to direct people to your website and social media. So ChantellBisson.com and at Shantelle Bisson. And Shantelle will be with us again through the month of November talking about parenting and relationships. Thank you so much for joining us today.
You're so welcome.